In this video, we're going to show you how to save for a house deposit fast. The secret? A new strategy called the miser technique, and it's helping home buyers shave years off their saving goals. Jayden and Josh here, mortgage brokers at Galloway, the home for home buyers across Australia.
And in this video, we're going to walk you through our 7-step miser saving strategy. Using this helped one of our customers save over $50,000 and allowed them to buy their first home 18 months sooner. So let's jump in.
Remember to hit subscribe to keep up to date with all things property and finance. Way back when I bought my first place, things were completely different. Back then, you could get a personal loan, mate, you could get a credit card and use that towards your home deposit. The crazy thing was that combined with the first homeowners grant back in the day, you didn't even need to save up a deposit. Flash forward to today, things are completely different.
Oh, my leg, stick. Oh, my leg, slip. Oh, I can't feel my legs.
And let's face it, saving for a home is harder than ever. In fact, it takes on average 4 years for a couple to save a 20% deposit for their first home. But there are ways to get there much quicker. And today we're going to share you our 7 practical ways to turbocharge your savings.
Tip number 1, hide your cards, hide your tap and go.
So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife.
So here's the deal. Big business these days is all about the dollar bills. Do you really think it's in their interest to help think about your saving habit? I mean, it's completely in MasterCard and Visa's best interest to get you spending some more money, helping them increase their bottom line.
Actually, you might not be aware that every time you tap and go, Visa and MasterCard receive up to 2.5% in the transaction cost. Now with contactless payments accounting for over 45% of all purchases made with credit cards, this works out to be more than $2 billion a week spent on contactless payments. The number is staggering.
Yeah, Josh, and let's be honest, we've all had those nights where you wake up the next day after a nice night out, check your bank balance and not realize that all those little tap and goes at the bar and place to eat adds up to over $100. And it just happens pretty quickly. But before you reach out for a Panadol to help you weary head, there are a couple of things to do that can stop this from happening.
It's the little things that, over time, which go unchecked, become the big things. A coffee a day compounds yearly to over $1,500, and that's just one item. What else could be stopped?
Yeah, Josh, Monique and I went through this earlier in the year. We went through our statements and checked out how much we'd spent on Uber Eats, and it was frightening. It's just so easy. You don't even see the money, you don't see it coming off your card, and suddenly it just adds up and up and up to hundreds of dollars in a pretty short period.
So the first thing you want to do is lock up your credit card, delete your tap and go app, and bring it back to the old school banking where you'll rely on cash for the bulk of your non-fixed payments and bills.
Stay tuned because in our third step, we're going to show you exactly how to manage your money.
Step 2, buckets. Okay, so this is where you put your savings on autopilot. It's by making your cash work for you that you'll eventually not have to work for your cash. So what you want to do first is create 5 accounts, and you'll name them 1, daily expenses, 2, splurge, 3, smile, 4, fire extinguisher, and 5, mojo.
Groovy.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
This naming convention and technique was created by Scott Page, the author of The Barefoot Investor, and a highly recommended read.
So the first thing you want to do is put $2,000 into your mojo account. Now this account, Josh, is made there to safeguard against any uncertainties or just bad things that can happen. Because really, when the stuff hits the fan, you don't want to be scrambling for credit cards and trying to use borrowed money. Your mojo account there is to safeguard there. And if the balance dips below $2,000, you got to get it back up to that. He even suggests in the Barefoot Investor selling stuff like on Gumtree, old TVs to make sure you've got that safety net and protection if something does go wrong.
And if you're still short having done this, then look at getting yourself a side hustle on Task or Uber to increase this to a $2,000 balance. From here, each month you want to drive around 60% of your income to your daily expense bucket. This is where you'll pay for things such as your minimum mortgage repayment, rent, groceries, you get the picture. The remaining 10% will go into your splurge, 10% will go smile, and the remaining 20% will go into your fire extinguisher.
This is my favorite part. The splurge is exactly what you think. You can spend it on whatever makes you happy. You don't have to skip your daily orange mocha frappuccino.
Orange mocha frappuccino!
Your Smile account is allocated for your long-term savings goals. So whether it's a holiday, new car, or wedding, this is what the bucket's for. Finally, the funds that go into your fire extinguisher account will use for radically reducing your debt. Once your debt is paid off, redirect this money into your savings for a house deposit or paying down your mortgage. 3, let's get physical. Okay, so granted, with everything going on at the moment, with few businesses accepting cash, this might be a hard one, but bear with me. The trouble with our education system is that they never taught us to understand money. So for many, it's an illusion, just numbers on a screen, purely fictional. It's because of this you want to rewire your brain and really acknowledge what money is. You want to aim for making money as physical as you can. Because when you see the $100 at the start of the day and nothing in your wallet at the end of the day, it really brings into question your purchasing decisions and makes it real, physical, and tangible. Moreover, you begin to feel the pain and consequence of spending money. Thus, money is a real and tactile function. And by doing so, you'll avoid the trap created by big businesses' goal in consumption without question. So like the bucket technique, use the same concept, but instead of accounts with envelopes. The 2 accounts you want to do this with is the splurge and daily expense account. So for the expenses which aren't regular, simply put this in your cash envelope. The goal of this is for you to get the feel for what it's like when you spend money in these envelopes. And when they disappear, they make money feel real and less fictional. Essentially, it's by creating friction that you'll notice your spendings decrease and therefore enable your savings to increase.
Question purchases. Awesome, now that you're swimming in money, it's time to spend those dollar bills. But hold the phone. Before you do, you gotta really ask yourself these questions to delay some of the gratification and set yourself financially free.
So the questions you want to ask yourself before making purchasing decisions include: 1, do I need it now? 2, can I wait? 3, what happens if I don't buy it? 4, what can I use as an alternative? I used this technique mid last year when I was thinking about buying a watch. When I went through these questions, I realized that in actual fact, I didn't really need anything fancy and that buying an alternative would be the better use of my money. In my case, I looked to buy a retro Casio. It was online for $20.
Number 5, review your habits regularly. According to the RBA, Australians have on average $2,955 per annum on direct debit. It's just money that's going out of your account on autopilot. In fact, savings.com.au found that 3 in 5 Australians are wasting money on subscription services they forgot or don't even use.
It's by reviewing these expenses on a regular basis you'll uncover how much you're spending on services that you don't even use. And by doing so, gives you access to even more cash each month.
The easiest way to do this is creating a budget and allocating time each week, at least an hour, towards reviewing your expenses. Putting time and effort into managing your money will ultimately uncover big leakages and help you take action to sort it all out.
And a fantastic book I'd recommend you read is The Millionaire Next Door. It was a 20-year study into the millionaires of America.
What was really surprising in the book was the people that ultimately became millionaires weren't the ones that were making big money. They're not Elon Musk, they're not Bill Gates, but rather the ones that were good at defense. So they're the ones that looked at their expenses, cut back on those, and instead of earning more money, made more profit, had more at the end of the month, and had better saving strategies. Number 6 is push and pull. Without a goal, you're kind of like a ship without a rudder, just going around directionless. I mean, think about it. When was the last time that you were thinking about going out, well, maybe hoping to get to the shops, but didn't really think about the destination and just walked around? It just doesn't make sense.
And equally important is what you're pushing away from. Loss aversion is a theory coined by psychologists, and it shows that people have a higher motivation and propensity to avoid loss than they do for gain. So it's by creating both pull and push that will help you increase your chance of success.
To do this, write your goal down, work out how much you want to save and when you want it by. It's as simple as that.
And conversely, by using loss aversion, what you want to do to take advantage of this is by writing down a list of 20 things you'll lose by not achieving this goal. The more reasons you can create, the better.
So as important as it is to have your goal of savings, having the loss aversion stories are even more powerful. It's almost like creating a bit of a yin and yang, and it's going to increase your chance of actually achieving those goals over the long term.
7. Hard work. The Richest Man in Babylon is one of my favorite books. One of the last chapters speaks about how important hard work is. The following is a passage of the book and believe it summarizes this teaching really well.
Life is for the rich, with many pleasures for men and women to enjoy. Each has its place. I am glad that work is not reserved for the slaves. Were that the case, I would be deprived of my greatest pleasure. Many things do I enjoy, but nothing takes the place of work.
So my question to you is, what's your side hustle? There's enough videos about it online, but working 38 hours a week does keep the hours on. But think about it, everyone's got the same 24 hours in the day, and another 10, 20, 30 hours could lead to way more productive endeavors and more money in your top pocket. So whether it's Airtasker, Uber, Deliveroo, Didi, you can do exercise as well, just deliver stuff. There are countless opportunities out there for you to earn a bit of extra dollar and help achieve your saving goals quicker. And there you've got it. You are now a certified miser. So we're over to you. Are you looking at buying a place? Did you know that Hunter Galloway helps people across Australia? So whether you're looking at refinance, purchase, buy a home, whatever you're looking at doing, you're in great hands. Simply hit us up at huntergalloway.com.au and look forward to talking to you. Thanks again for watching, and remember to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.